What's going on, friends? Welcome back to the Honeystead. If you guys are new here, my name is Kaylee, and just a little bit about who I am and what I'm doing. I'm an herbalist and a beekeeper and a modern day homesteader. I don't really fit into a box, but my family and I homestead here in Virginia, where we grow and raise a lot of our food. Hence, you're going to hear a lot of animal sounds, probably some roosters, probably some cows. But we live this growing family compound now, which has been a work in progress for many years. But yeah, that's a little bit about who I am and what I do. And I've really enjoyed over the last couple of years to taking the camera with me and kind of sharing little glimpses of just some of the things that we do here on our farm. But it's gonna be hot today. I've got the bees out flying. We'll go walk over there because I wanted to show you the passion flowers starting to vine and climb over the archway, which is really pretty. But we've got some herbs that we're gonna harvest today. I'm gonna share with you one of my favorite things to do, especially this time of year, because it is toasty, and there are quite a few herbs that you can use to cool down. And then I want to walk over to my mom, walk over to her house and show you guys her garden that she's been so excited to plant. This is a little bit of a mess because I have native honeysuckle and passion flower that's kind of mixing in together. So this is actually not supposed to be growing here, but the passion flower likes to kind of go and do its thing. So I'm gonna harvest just a few of the leaves, and we're gonna use them a little bit today. Not a whole lot, but these are the leaves of the passion flower. Now, I have shared this, but I'm gonna share it again. The passion flower that offers the medicinal property is called Passiflora incarnata, and I love, oh, here's a good one. Let's get a little bit closer. Yeah, these right here. The little tender ones are like kind of like my absolute favorite because you can pull them off and pop them in your mouth like that. I always feel like anything like this, anything like viney and climby, well, I shouldn't say anything like viney and climby. I feel like between passion flower and, sorry, thought I had a snake at my foot, so that would have maybe not been good. But I feel like the taste of the passion flower when they're like baby green, it's all good. When they're like baby green shoots, it kind of tastes like greenbrier, and it's very asparagus-like. But when I first learned about passion flower, I was at herb school in a little tiny yurt apothecary at Green Comfort School of Herbal Medicine, where Teresa, my beautiful teacher, she taught me about passion flower. But my first experience with passion flower was going over and harvesting the little green shoots and plopping them in my mouth, and then just kind of feeling this not overwhelming, that's not the right word. I just felt this very like calming effect. And it just allowed me to just, I don't know, calm down. You know, this was back when things were a little bit kind of crazy. And I don't know, this plant right here definitely has been a good plant medicine for myself. You know, I was going through a lot of kind of stress and walking away from, unknowingly kind of walking away from a career that I fell in love with. I was a surgical first assistant in the operating room where, you know, you kind of become accustomed to stress. But I really wasn't taking good care of myself. And so I was kind of combating the lack of sleep with coffee, and with that ended up kind of resulting in to me experiencing like anxiety. And so I really had to kind of do a deep dive on my own self before I could start helping others. But I wasn't 100% sure why I was so led to plant medicine at the time. You know, I think it was maybe going back to my roots and kind of experiencing like my childhood, which I do share a little bit about. But my childhood was feral. I was always outside, and I got away from myself. I kind of lost myself, and I realized that the true healing for my own health kind of needed to go back to that, and really needed to focus on what was in front of me. And I think that's maybe why I love plant medicine so much, because you know, there's a lot of things in this world that are uncertain, and that's not always a bad thing. But I love that I look at everything that we have been given with almost a sense of ease and purpose. You know, there are so many things that if my garden failed, there are things that I can go to that just naturally grow. And I think that's, anyways, I think that kind of goes a little bit more into like what I love about plant medicine. But this one right here was one of my first plants that I experienced the true calming effect. Now, that being said, the holistic approach to herbal medicine is don't just take a lot of this and still drink a lot of coffee. Because again, there's the balance, and these are not a band-aid. You don't want to use plant medicine like a band-aid and still continuing to do the things. But yeah, maybe we'll talk more about that. But I'm gonna harvest a few leaves because we're gonna use this today. Now, these little beauties. This one right here is calendula. Now, a lot of people actually use calendula more as a salve, which it's wonderful. It is a vulnerary, which means it's going to help mend the tissue. So I'm only going to take 2 for this recipe, but I do try to educate and share calendula, even though it's great for your skin. And it's good if you have like minor scratches or abrasions or rash, or if you need to kind of like just calm the skin down. But calendula is also really good internally as well, and it's great for your digestive system. Now, I have kind of been on the go a little bit and not cooking at home as much as possible. So I think I need a little bit of calendula, today to just kind of settle my digestive system. But calendula is great for ulcers as well. Again, think like anything that needs mending, tissue, whether it's internally or externally. Now, this one is definitely one of my favorites for a nerve tonic. I have a whole patch of oats. This is a Venus sativa. They are growing, and I bet they're about ready to harvest, in all honesty. I harvest them when they're premature. I also will let a lot just drop, and then they come back, which is such an easy way to do a lot of gardening. But the oat tops, actually I can show you, this is how I harvest them. I just kind of pull them like that, and the oat tops, you know when they're ready for harvest, when they're premature, when you can pop it. So they're not quite ready. Nope, not yet. Okay, I don't think we're gonna harvest too many of these today, but that's okay. We'll let these kind of go. I was gonna add a few. I have some dried, and maybe that's what we'll do. I'll take this, but the ones that we have dried, I'll I'll go ahead and use that for today's recipe. But the oats are great when they're premature. I use the oat straw as well. Chop it up and add that into tea, mainly for the minerals, but the oat tops are also packed full of minerals, and it's a nerve tonic, so it's going to really nourish your nervous system. I know I have plenty of videos. I actually have a video where I share how to make a milky stage oats tincture, and I'll make sure to link that if you guys are interested in learning it. But growing oats is just like growing grass seed, and I actually can grow like a 6x8. I don't know, you can get a lot in a very small space. So I recommend everybody to grow some oats. You can use the oats, infuse them in an oil to make a beautiful lotion. I'm still kind of perfecting my lotion right now, and when I do, I will share that with you guys. But yeah, I love the oats. You use the tops, you use the straw, and yeah, we'll harvest a little bit, but they're not quite ready. Not quite ready yet. Now this one is lemon balm, and I love the lemon balm. It's in the mint family, so we are definitely going to harvest some of the tender tops of some lemon balm. Oh my gosh, I love the smell of it. The lemon balm is probably one of my favorite things to smell when that and holy basil, which I have a little bit of holy basil. We're going to talk about that, and I'll share. But I harvest the lemon balm. I love to do this. I don't really wear a lot of like bug spray. I use plants. So the lemon balm has a very lemony flavor to it, but again, another very cooling herb. So this is we're gonna definitely use this one today. And then beside it, I have some holy basil that is growing. Now, holy basil is a beautiful adaptogen herb, meaning it's gonna help balance your body and help your body just kind of adapt to different stressors. And it just smells delicious and makes every single medicinal tea that we make just taste that much better. So this is turning out to be a beautiful little basket. And the last thing that I want to add is definitely blooming a good bit right over there. One of my favorite things to do during the hot summer months is to make a really delicious batch of sun tea. This is something that I've been doing ever since I've been a little girl with my mom, and we will go and harvest just whatever herbs we feel like that we have growing in the garden. This has a combination of the passion flower that we harvested with calendula and chamomile and lemon balm, but then I came over to my mom's little garden and I was like, ooh, you've got some lemongrass. So I grabbed a stalk of lemongrass and chopped it up and put it in there, and then she had some peppermint as well. And then I threw in those oat tops. And so it's gonna give it a nice lemony, sweet, fresh flavor. Now I could also throw in some hibiscus, but I feel like when she had the lemongrass, I was like, oh, we need to put that in there. Now it's just gonna sit for a little bit right in the sun. Once it's done, I will strain it out. Now, I will get asked a million times over, did you wash the plants before you put them in the jar? Honestly, no, I did not. It has rained every single day. We don't use pesticides. We don't use herbicides. All of the flowers and all of the plants look super green, super clean. If there was something gross and gunky on them, like, of course, I will go ahead and wash them. But I know what we have in our garden, and so I'm completely comfortable just using the plants that we have without washing them. That being said, if you want to wash your own plants, go for it. There is nothing stopping you, but I think this is going to be a beautiful batch of sun tea, and it's already starting to warm up. I wanted to share about my book that I have coming out this August, and it has been such a labor of love. I've been reviewing the layout of how it all is coming together. The pictures are phenomenal. I'm so excited about all of this, but I cover over 100 medicinal herbs, and I talk about each system of the body and break it down into each action and what herbs offer, along with giving so many of my recipes. So I've been really excited to share it with you guys. The book is available for pre-order right now. You can scan that QR code, or you can visit the link that I'm going to pin in the description, and it'll take you right to the Homestead Living, which is my publisher, and then you can read a little bit more about what the book is going to offer. But I wanted to share that with you guys. You guys have been such a huge part of this whole adventure, and the fact that this is happening, it hasn't quite hit me yet. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely surreal, and I'm so very thankful. I'm beyond thankful to have something that I could put out there to help so many people just find their way in this. You know, how to become your own herbalist. What do you do? How do you use the herbs? Why do you use the herbs? So all of this, it's all coming to fruition, and I couldn't be more thankful to have each and every one of you to be part of it. So yeah, let's go see if my mom is ready to do a garden tour while that tea continues to steep.
My cilantro, I need to get it so it doesn't go back to...
Well, we can use that tonight.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
And then you've got...
This is holy basil, the tulsi.
Yeah, I did share, I harvested a little bit of that today.
This I'm really excited about. This is bronze fennel.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's so pretty. My little nester is like cute. And then I've got dill, lemongrass.
You got some zinnias.
Sage.
You know, if you cut these down, they'll bush out.
Okay.
This will get really big.
Well, this is my first time with these, but I fell in love with yours, so that's why I bought them.
Yep, but if you take them and you cut them,
okay,
they'll bush out.
Well,
so,
I had one that broke on the other one, so
yeah.
I might whack them.
Well, a little bit.
Yep. So, and then I've got some sage and some thyme.
We need a lot more of that.
Well, I'm starting. And then more tulsi. You don't think I have a issue with tulsi, right?
Well, that's a good one. We actually need to harvest some and dry, because this would be the good time to do this.
Okay. So I've just been trying to pop the heads off so it doesn't go bolting on me. More fennel, and I can't wait. Look, this is going to be so yummy.
Yeah.
So, and then some...
You got some Thai
basil and purple basil. Garden.
You've got borage.
I do have some borage. This is supposed to be ashwagandha, but it hasn't.
It is.
Okay.
Yep, it's gonna get really big. So,
and then I've got
echinacea,
more zinnias, a little baby arnica, and there should be some bee balm, 2 little babies.
You'll get some when the flowers grow with the St. John's. We'll harvest. I've got a bunch growing, but we'll harvest the flowers and infuse them in an oil.
Cool.
That makes it good. And then some rosemary.
Rosemary, and I've got some lavender in here.
I like your beds. I think they came out nice.
I love my beds. But see, this is what I was talking about. That rainstorm that we got, look, it laid them all down.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, you might have to.
I might see this one broke, and look. So I'm thinking about, I don't know.
It'll be okay.
They waited till you got home.
And then you got blueberries.
Yes, I have 2 different types of blueberries in here. And then I had some little Gerber daisies, so I put them in there. We still got to mulch this one.
Pretty. And then what you got over here? More.
And then over here I got more lemongrass. I think I forgot that I bought it. So we're gonna have lots of lemongrass.
That's okay, we'll use it.
And then I have blackberries. I have 2 different varieties of blackberries.
Are they thornless?
Yes,
Nice.
they are.
Nice.
So this is the first one I bought, and then we thought it died, and then it just bloomed up in the bottom.
Yeah.
So I'll cut this back later.
And eventually you're gonna do like a whole walking.
We're gonna have more. Eventually this will end up being fenced in a little bit, and I'll do more like an English garden. It'll be an actual tea garden.
Yeah, and then we're gonna pull it in, tie it all into the apothecary, which,
Correct.
did you see the mountain mint?
Yes, that has gone bananas.
Look at that mountain mint.
So, and all we've done, when it goes like this is all we've done, is just taken the tops and put it back in. Oh, it smells so good.
Hi,
Ugh.
Moose. Hi,
Oh,
Macy.
Come here, you want to smell? Oh, what's that smell like? Oh, that smells good. Come here, you want to smell? Mmm.
Yeah, this is definitely a gorgeous. I can't wait to see it all go to flower.
It's starting, look.
Yeah.
It's all starting to flower.
I think come this fall, though, we have some plans to come in through here around the back side of the apothecary. We're going to clean up some of the trees that are down, and we're going to mulch really heavy and create like a nice outdoor area. And then a lot of this we're gonna
probably knock
but this
down.
is going to be a fall project, and then I'm hoping at some point too, we have plans to actually set up an outdoor clawfoot tub.
Yes.
That because that's another way to use the herbs, is to make tea baths. And we're talking about building a whole little outdoor
Shower.
an outdoor shower slash
Soaking. It's a
just a clawfoot tub, nothing
Yeah.
fancy, but
It's literally the garden tub.
the garden tub. But we'll have all the plants all around, and I think that's the goal. This coming fall, we're gonna map
We're
this
gonna work
out.
this
We're
area.
gonna figure out where we want, and we love how the mountain mint just kind of grows just like this around. So we're gonna kind of take this model
And do different.
and do plots
Yep. Well,
like
this
echinacea.
This one has it's adapted perfectly.
Oh,
here.
it's so happy.
So a little bit of sun, shade.
Mhm.
We've got some decomposing bark inside, so it's getting a lot of nutrients.
Yep.
And we started this with what, 3, 4
That's
sprigs?
it, barely. So, but that's the goal, and I'm excited. We're excited.
We are very excited. I can't wait to I want to hurry up.
I know. Me too.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming. Golden, I'll follow on golden.
Yeah.
I can
That's
taste
good.
the lemon.
Definitely very cooling. Very refreshing, and sometimes you just need a little bit to just lightly hint that water. But we let it sit for maybe about 2 hours ish. That's it, and poured it over some ice. But yeah, as always, don't be afraid
To get your hands dirty.
and learn something old. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. I'm going to say my nails are dirty. I've been in the garden.
I surprisingly am not dirty. So.